this trade deal reflects something new on the international landscape, something the United States is going to have to grapple with for decades. China is the first real peer competitor that the United States has faced in the modern era. Even the Soviet Union was never really an economic peer. China, after all, is the world's second largest economy. Perhaps more significantly, it is not part of the American security system. You see, Washington has faced an extraordinarily benign international environment in one key respect. After World War II, the countries that emerged or re-emerged to wealth and power were all, to put it bluntly, American protectorates. Germany, France, Britain, Japan, South Korea. China is most decidedly not in that group. But as Trump's failed negotiations demonstrate, this is not a case where threats, confrontation, and bluster will always work. China, too, has leverage. And on China, the fault does not lie solely with Trump. Democrats have turned equally hawkish on China and protectionist in general. Trump's deal is being criticized by all the leading lights of the party, but had a Democrat been in the White House, the outcome probably would not have been very different. The geopolitical threat of a rising China is poorly understood, often prompting knee-jerk references to another Cold War. A comparison might help. Forget the Soviet Union and just look at Russia today as it tries to degrade, even destroy, the open international order that the West has forged since 1945. China has actually been trying to grow rich and powerful within that order. China is not a rogue nation like Russia, seeking to interfere in Western democracy and invade its neighbors. China under Mao used to be a leading sponsor of revolutionary insurgencies across the planet. It is now the second largest funder of UN peacekeeping. In fact, Beijing has not gone to war since 1979, a record of non-intervention that makes it unique among the permanent members of the UN Security Council. America is going to compete with China for the bulk of the 21st century, but it will have to do so wisely, enlisting allies. If instead we go down a path of confrontation and containment, China is now powerful enough that this struggle would destroy the open international order and the open global economy. We would end up with government controls on trade, technology, and travel, a ceaseless struggle for allies and influence around the world, lower levels of economic growth. With China, the challenge is not how tough you can be, but how smart.